Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Spidey Studios here, and today I am back with the homie Savion, and we are here to check out trailer of the day, trailer of the year, for hopefully the most anticipated movie of the year, Superman. So, I've been seeing all day, pretty much everybody is hyping up this trailer. Even Snyder fans, even the diehard ones are saying the trailer is actually pretty good, so that's saying a lot, actually. So, I'm genuinely curious. The last trailer pretty much just set the tone of the movie. It didn't give us any of the story. It didn't give us any of the dialogue either. It just mostly was setting the tone and setting the stage. This trailer is supposed to obviously fill in the story more, which I'm genuinely curious. I've been hearing a lot of things about what the story might be, a lot of pieces put into place. I've been hearing a lot of talk. I heard that the recent test screenings for the movie have been pretty solid though, so that's good. But I just heard a lot of different plot threads and whatever, so it feels like the movie has a lot going on, but at the same time, who knows? It depends on how it's structured. So let's just not waste any time. Let's just get into it. I love that new logo.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. This is a callback to the first movie.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
This was the rumored interview that they said they had.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
it's a
but-
lot.
Oh, it's about this.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Oh.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you
Okay.
illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman.
Damn.
Did you consult with the president?
That smug ass look on his face.
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the
And
world.
doing good.
Wow.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider
Who
the
the hell?
consequences.
People were
Oh,
going
that's
to
the hammer
die.
dude. Yo. I like the way they're doing this. Spider-Man 2 moments! Yes!
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Okay! Give him a lot of personality. Oh, whoa! Oh, so she... Wow.
Choices.
Oh, shit!
Your
Oh, nice save! What the
what
fuck?
makes you
Oh!
who you are.
So we are getting flashbacks, okay? Okay! Oh, wow!
Superman. He's not a man.
Oh!
He's an it. Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
Whoa!
I will not
Oh!
accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
I like that they're both alive in this. Yes. Oh shit! Oh! Dog. Wow.
You have a dog?
That's good. I actually like that. That's cute. I like that. Okay. So we all kind of speculated and worried that Martha was dead because she was in none of the marketing until this trailer. So I guess that means she does make the suit too?
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, it makes sense. So I'm glad they kept that. But I really like that we're getting... That's cool. We're getting some flashbacks of young Clark. That's awesome. I didn't think we were, honestly. But I'm curious to see what flashbacks we get, honestly, if we are getting that. Dude, what the fuck is happening? What is happening here? Now, I think it's Solaris, I told you, is in the All-Star Superman animated movie, where he's like the robotic Sun Eater, where essentially he turns suns into blue
Yeah.
and, like, you know, destroys planets when doing that. I assume that's who that is, but it's like kind of random. But like I mean, but it's a day in the life for Superman. We literally saw this dude fight a war, and apparently it turned the entire public against him. The Secretary of Defense hates him, which seems to be Rick Flag, because I think they confirmed in Peacemaker's trailer that he's in charge of Argus now. So if that's the case, then I don't know what happened to Amanda Waller, because last we heard she was outed by her daughter in season 1. So maybe...
When does Creature Commando take place?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know. Like, I would assume it probably took place before this movie, but then if that's the case, she was still in charge. But in terms of how they showed it in Peacemaker, he was in charge. So I don't know how they're doing that. But that's interesting. So yeah, we did see footage of this. So I guess similar to Superman vs. the Elite, he in that movie he was at the UN. Hears about a war. He goes over there to fight it. But they gave him his authority to do so, or they're okay with him doing it. But here, I guess, is the first time he does it. They're like, no, you're illegally crossing to another country, getting in affairs you're not supposed to be involved in. But Superman's just like, people are dying. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna go. And I guess now the public hates him because I think that was what that robot dude he was fighting. It was like a scene earlier, I think. Not this one. I think it was the scene. I think it was one of the scenes after this. That thing was on one of the newspapers called the Hammer of Baravia. So I guess, because they said that Lex Luthor is pretty much manipulating everything in this movie. So everything attacks Superman to destroy his public image. So I guess he goes to the Baravia to try to help. Luthor manipulates that as a way of saying, like, oh, Superman's going anywhere without full authority, so now we have to create a clone that can go against him, which is the Ultraman thing we saw. And then I guess Hammer Baravia gets pissed off that Superman crosses their borders and just fucking comes here, destroys shit for no reason. And I guess that's where we saw that one scene where he was getting arrested. We saw more of that scene. I like the effects. The effects are pretty good for this, honestly. They're really good. But yeah, this scene, cool, Mark Waid reference. But yeah, this whole thing. Yeah, so we now fully see the scene. Dude is taller than every person here. Like, he's taller than every person here. But it's interesting, because I assume this is Ultraman, the Superman clone, if they're still going with the story, if that's the case. But I'm curious how he is involved in this story. But there was a shot towards the end, actually. First of all, this is fucking crazy. Just getting your face planted into the ground like that is fucking crazy. But I like this whole conversation. Because, yeah, I heard that they said that they had this interview where Lois and Clark have this interview where it's similar to the first Superman movie, but instead of him doing it as Superman, he's doing it as Clark. And obviously it gets more personal because they know more about each other this time around. And they did say in the previous interviews that they had difference of opinions on how to be a hero, but they both still believe in doing the right thing, and just in different ways. So I think that's interesting. But I really liked, I think the standout moment for me was honestly this scene. Him crashing in, dude sees him and says, fuck all else, and helps him get back up. I think that's pretty cool. You don't see that often in superhero movies, so when it happens, that's pretty awesome. I really like that scene. And I like that they're giving him some snarkiness, too. Like, this is Superman the Animated Series, giving him as much snarkiness as possible. I love that. And, yeah, bro, visuals fucking slap. This shit looks fucking phenomenal. Okay, her CGI, I need to know who the hell is doing this, because this is damn good. Because I don't know much about the engineer other than she's a nanotech character, where just most of her powers come from technology in her body. But I wasn't sure how they were going to do it, but I guess her hands and her face are the only things that are normal. And everything else is just nanotech throughout her whole body. But that's pretty badass. That's fucked up. She destroys the robots and shit. This dude just... Man, if you don't get your smug ass out of here, like, you're just walking in like he ain't doing nothing. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I saw that, I guess he cut some of her face a little bit. That's pretty cool. And this, bro, what the crap? Jeez. Yeah, that's just, I guess Green Lantern's just trapping that thing, whatever. But I like the construct we saw of him later in the movie, actually. Or later in the trailer. This is pretty cool. Because I know the T-Spheres are creating like a force field around him. And I guess they're also like lifting dudes. That's pretty cool. Hey, he pretty much has utter disdain. So I guess he crashes here. He just flies home and then he just crashes in the bed. Did they pick him up and break
his bed?
Yeah, well, obviously that was his teenage bed.
He gonna break that motherfucker. How is he so?
He can't fit that shit no more. But my thing is that, like, did he just walk in the house and just pass out? Did they carry him in here? This old couple, they can't carry you, dude. You too ridiculous. And I guess Lois is here too. So I guess did she carry him here? Like, I'm curious. But that's also cool too, because other than the Snyderverse, we've never seen Lois interact with his parents quite that often. So that's pretty
Like
cool.
ever, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great shot. He's creating kryptonite.
Oh.
Okay, because that happens in the Justice League cartoon. I remember that. He does create kryptonite to weaken him, which would make sense because he can create any element. But this is, I think, the first time we're seeing kryptonite in this movie. So is he the first person that's going to create it, and Luthor just takes it from him and makes more of it, I guess? Or is this just the only time we're going to see it? But, police brutality at its finest, dog. Chill out.
Somebody, I'm trying to see who's in the left.
The girl in the pink?
Nah, I'm trying to see who the hell is that.
Yeah, I think they're intentionally blocking out whoever that is.
Yeah.
But I don't know who this is. I wouldn't. She looks like a regular person, but I wouldn't know who that's supposed to be. But I assume this is the pocket dimension prison that Lex Luthor has, where he just takes aliens and people and throws them in there.
Let's be honest, ain't nobody in that prison regular.
No,
They may look regular, but
Yeah.
they got some heat.
Nah, this shot is gorgeous. What, boy? Come on now.
Haven't calling his name.
Nah, this shot here is pretty cool too, honestly.
Oh, he like in a chair almost.
Yeah, because we had seen that in the behind the scenes, but I wasn't sure what that's supposed to be because it looked like a really uncomfortable jetpack or something. But I guess it's like a chair jetpack. But like, now I'm kind of disappointed because I wish he would have just used his T-spheres like the jetpack boots he used to have, like in the animated show. Maybe he upgrades it later. But I just think that's just kind of uncomfortable because you're just carrying that shit on with you. But nah, that's a pretty good shot, honestly, of all three of them. That's pretty dope. And I actually like the outfits. Like, obviously, they're going to change their fits eventually, but I like all of their outfits, honestly. Yeah, so that's during that war. Bro, what the shit? This fight scene is awesome.
Yeah, at least we know he was fighting both of them.
Yeah, but I think I saw Mr. Terrific was there, too. Yeah, he's over there. Okay, so...
his stuff broke.
Yeah. See,
damn.
Bro, like... Why are you tearing that?
So I guess when they was in the sky, that's them like changing size, and that's probably leads to that.
Okay, so yeah, so I assume they get into a fight. He crash lands. Superman gets into the mix, and they're doing this fight.
Yeah.
Bro, she looks like she's more like teched out here actually during this, because she had like a jetpack and stuff on. So I can get a clean image of it. Yeah, she had a jetpack. Her whole hair is different now. She's more nanotech this time around. Look, Superman dodging that shit. Okay. What the hell is that? What even is that? Is Aquaman showing up already? Like, that's what I assume when
It's
I saw
too early.
it. That's what I assume.
Your last movie done.
Nicholas Hoult probably might kill it his legs, honestly. Like, he's bringing in a lot of emotion. Like, pretty effectively, too.
I wonder if his father will be a thing of the past.
I like Martha's look. Like, I like her look. Because I know that the actual... actress has actual white hair, so I thought she was just gonna keep the white hair, but I guess they gave her a wig. But I really like her look, honestly.
Shit, I would have thought that was Aunt May too.
Yeah, I
ain't gonna lie.
I really like that.
Boots. I'll go get them for you. I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
That's funny.
And I like that they're both alive in this one, so it's not just one of them. I assume what they're gonna do is
I
they're
actually
gonna.
hope they keep both of them alive. Cause
Yeah.
like, it's not one of them things where like, I think we talked about this, but regardless if one of them died, like he's still gonna be Superman. It's not pivotal like Spider-Man or Batman because those characters they gotta die in order for that character to become like
with
Superman is not based on tragedy. He's based on
mostly upbringing from his parents.
Yeah.
But I think that in some sense they make the tragedy as a way to push him to go discover himself or explore.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is fine, but my thing is that he
I
does
guess
that anyway, so
yeah.
it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
But for me, I do hope they're doing the John, because I know in most iterations, before John Byrne took over the Superman Man of Steel book, originally
I think it was the 80s.
Yeah, originally it was just the dad that died, and that was just the thing.
Oh, okay.
But then John Byrne was the one that kept the two parents alive, Jonathan and Martha.
So I guess we should be thinking.
Yeah, so ever since then they've been alive. So in Dean Cain show, the Superman animated series, and stuff like that.
Aren't they? Yeah, and aren't they both alive in All Star or is it Superman Elite? Is it Superman Elite?
Superman Elite.
Okay.
Because in All Star it's just the mom.
Okay.
But in the book he dies. In the animated movie they don't show that.
What?
In the All Star book he dies.
Okay. But in the movie they don't?
No, in the animated movie they don't show it.
Okay.
They just gloss over that. But I wonder if they're just going to do the thing where they're alive for this movie and then eventually they kill them off later.
Or they just keep them.
Or I hope they just keep them, honestly. Because I feel like you don't need to kill them off, but I feel like at some point they're going to do it for, like, tragedy.
Or they could just die of old age.
I'll take that. But I hope we get enough time with them. That's the one thing that I've always complained about.
Because, as much as I love Superman Lois, I remember the premiere, like, Martha's gone.
Yeah.
Like, I love the show, but it's one of them things where just, like, we've been knowing, like, obviously it's not connected to Tyler's, like, first iteration, but it's still connected because, like, without the previous, he can't be Superman because, like, they liked him so much in Elseworlds, and that's how he got the role.
Because I think Tyler said when he went on the Michael Rosenbaum podcast, they said he was originally going to die in one of the crossovers,
and he was like, "Hey," because he knew he was only there for a special episode.
So and then I guess people,
and he was originally only for like 2 or 4 episodes of Supergirl, and then that was it.
Yeah,
and so you know the crossover that I think is actually underrated. I haven't seen it in years though. But
the Elseworlds one?
Yeah,
I do like that one honestly
because it focused more on like
the 4 of them technically.
My boy got to be. I remember Stephen Amell. Somebody said like one of the reasons that's his favorite crossover because he got to be Flash.
That is true. And I'm pretty sure Grant Gustin loved being Flash too. Yeah, so I think that was really cool.
But either they die of old age or something. But I'd rather them both stay alive because like for most continuities, it's always Pa and then Martha's around, but like she's around. And
the only time they killed her was in Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
So, but that made sense considering he was like 20 years into his career at that point. So that made sense. But for this, I hope we get to keep them around for a good amount of time. Yeah. If you do kill them off, sure, but like wait a couple movies. Like just give us enough time with the characters first. Yeah. But I'm glad that they're both alive in this version because I think that'll be interesting to see that dynamic. Okay, I think I saw Will Reeve there.
Oh shit!
I think that's him. I'm not entirely sure.
They said blurry.
They said he was a newscaster.
Yeah, they did say that.
But dude, this fucking thing is crazy. That's pretty cool. You see that hand swipe he did? Oh. You see that hand? You see that? I think that's him. It's hard.
Oh look, Big Belly Burger.
Oh okay.
That's cool.
I know they had it one of the restaurants of it on the street on the set. I think.
Do you know if that's in the comics? Because obviously our introduction was the Arrowverse. Yeah,
either it was created in the Arrowverse and became popular that they made it a comic book thing, or it is from the comics. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it was more prominent in the Flash.
Because once Arrow showed it, and then the other shows showed it.
But dude,
that nigga don't care.
It looked like it just came from the ground and he swiped it. So I guess this is during the military war. So I guess they show up here too. Okay, so then my thing is, why are they allowed to go, but he's...
Who is she pushing out the window?
I don't know. I know that was in the behind-the-scenes shot, actually. It looks like that's probably part of the war, too.
You could probably try to slow it down to see who it is. I don't know.
I don't think we're going to get a great look, but I think... hold up. Because I think it was one of the military general dudes. This quick little snippet. Yeah, I think these fights are going to be great, honestly.
It might be the engineer girl. Who knows? That's some guy. It looked like Guy. I saw blonde hair in the jacket.
No, that's Hawkgirl.
No, I'm talking about that person. That looks like Guy.
Maybe? But
Yeah,
why
roll
would
it
she,
back.
Why would she be pushing him out the window then?
Shit, he probably did some fucked up shit.
I mean, honestly.
But yeah, you can tell
I
because
can
his
see it.
jacket and his blonde
Yeah.
hair, that's him.
Okay. Interesting. But we obviously know, I guess, they're somewhat cool with each other. Because in the Peacemaker trailer, they seem cool. But we don't know if the Peacemaker trailer takes
Yes.
place before or after. I
I
think
would
they
have
said
to-
it was after.
It would
But-
make sense if. Damn, that's tough.
Because, like, I
Because
think
obviously we know they're gonna change the costumes.
Yeah.
So the question is Peacemaker before or after Superman?
Because, like, I think how the Peacemaker show is doing it is that they're saying...
Because I didn't see the trailer, but I saw somebody show the screenshot.
So essentially, in one of the scenes, towards the end, he goes into, you know, that pocket dimension place where he keeps all his equipment and helmets and stuff. I guess he goes through one of the doors, and it leads him to a different universe where he meets a different Peacemaker. And I think how they're going to explain it is, there's the DCEU version, and then there's the DCU version.
Okay.
And I guess he's just going to go into the DCU version from his continuity, and I guess bring everybody with him as a way of just like, okay, he was a part of the DCEU, now he's not. And I guess
So
he's
is he
the
gonna
only
kill
character.
off the DCEU one?
Maybe.
Because
If we're being honest, I probably wouldn't put past him. So I don't know. But if that is the case, does that mean the DCEU version is just plain evil and he's gonna change that?
yeah.
Like, because that's the question. But who knows? But I like the constructs. I know that I think some people were saying that because I heard some comments that he doesn't have like a green aura when he's flying around. Like, you know how most Green Lanterns do in animation where they have the green aura. I think it would be hard to do all the time in live action,
I'm gonna be
especially during the
honest.
daylight.
Being a Green Lantern and seeing that in broad daylight, how the fuck do you capture
Yeah,
that?
so
It would make more sense if it's nighttime shot.
now I'll say it makes sense if it's either nighttime or he's in space.
True.
I feel like those are or in like a place where it's dark. But like other than that, I can't really see him using it all the time because most of the time he only does it like to bulletproof himself.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't use it all the time in animation either. So it doesn't entirely bother me. Obviously this is our first Lantern we're gonna see. So when we see them in the show,
Because I know in
Who
First
knows?
Flight, when they're like using their ring, they always like got that glow on them.
yeah, and in most animations they do have that, but there are times where they don't. So it doesn't. It's not always consistent, so it doesn't completely bug me. But it is something I noticed. So who knows? Maybe they'll change that in post. Obviously, we have 2 months, so you never know. But okay, we saw that. What the hell is happening
What is Jimmy
here?
doing?
what is happening here? I like that they're actually being cool. Okay, I know who that is. That's Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah.
They said she's actually Lex's girlfriend in this, which is interesting because in the Christopher Reeve version, she was, I guess, just the assistant.
Yeah.
But at the same
But
time,
she always was in love with Superman.
yeah.
if that
So
makes sense.
I don't know if they're gonna do that
Even
in this
the,
iteration.
Superman Returns, where like she was
It
trying
wasn't. I don't think that was.
she
her.
was trying to pretend to be hurt. No, her name was Kitty. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
I-
she felt. That's what I used
She
to think
felt
as a
like
kid.
she felt like it was her, but I don't think that was her. Because I honestly don't remember what happened to her after the second movie. So, but
That lady was acting like she was trying to get Superman attention. You remember after he saved her, she was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Man, I'm hurt." He looking at her like, "You trying to make me look like I did something I ain't do." Now, if he was black, it's way worse.
But I think they said that in this version she's gonna be more of a social media personality, which I mean I could see because like her character.
How was she in? I don't remember.
In My Adventures with Superman, Miss Tessmacher wasn't actually in that.
Oh right.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of
Cat Grant. Yeah, but there could be like an interesting conflict between her and Cat Grant if they do that. So who knows? But I know that they said in this version she's more of a social media personality, which I guess helps Lex like defame Superman through social media. But that fucking
that must be the shot we saw earlier.
Yeah, so that's the
Or is that the
Hammer
same building, right?
That was when we saw that laser shot before. It was right around here.
Yeah.
So that's that
the
shot.
same-
It's just
yeah.
from a different angle.
That's funny.
So I know that the Hammer of Baravia is actually an original character for this movie. He is not a comic book character.
Oh, okay.
So James Gunn, whatever happens with this
I will
character, is
admit-
whatever he's doing.
He kind of looked like the minions from Superhero Squad. You remember when Dormammu first appeared up?
The mindless ones?
They look like that.
I can see that, yeah.
Because he got that, like, one eye on the suit.
I can see that.
If that's a robot, whatever the fuck that is.
I don't know, honestly. Because, like...
But he got heat vision, so
so I don't know. Because we know that in this continuity, DC metahumans have been around for years at this point. So Superman's not the first superhero like in other versions in other movies, where he's the first one. In this one, superheroes are just the norm. It's just they become more... There have been more popping up, is how James Gunn explained it. So now they become difficult and more difficult to deal with. So I guess that's how this is all going to go down. But I think that's interesting. Bro, is she like turning herself into like nanite sludge? Okay, I think this is the scene where they said that Superman tosses Lex's desk out the window or something. Or at least he didn't complete. Bro, he's so fucking petty. He's playing this shit really well. He's playing this really well, honestly.
The cup is cool.
Yeah, he's playing this really well. Okay, so I guess this is them getting into the pocket dimension. But this is wild. What? That's pretty cool. But yeah, this was the shot I was talking about. What is this? What? I guess this is when he's fighting Ultraman, I guess.
And you said this the pocket dimension?
Yeah, because like it's all like disjointed.
Is that where Lex keep the people you said?
The prisoners.
Okay.
But it looks like it's all like destroyed. Because it's all like buildings and stuff all floating around. Do you know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of the Phantom Zone a little bit. I could see if this is what it... If they do something like that where it's Lex's original pocket dimension, then Clark takes it, turns it into the Phantom Zone, that'd be pretty interesting. I think that'd be pretty good twist on that.
I've been waiting them to like expand on that for years. Cause, like, outside of Man of Steel, we was supposed to get a return. Cause you remember when you go into the Phantom Zone, you don't die. You just you basically in hell. You just don't go nowhere. But it's kind of like Superman Legion, like when you go there and then Young Justice, it's kind of just like from the outside, it just looks like shadows unless you know who that is.
And then I guess in Young Justice, they were more like translucent-ish.
Yeah, they were like ghosts.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. But I wonder if this is going to tie into Supergirl, because in most iterations, she flies into the Phantom Zone, and because they don't age there, she's just stuck there.
Yeah.
But in her movie that's next year, they explained that she was just floating on a chunk of Krypton, so I wonder if they're going to explain how she didn't age. Because I would assume she's not the same age as... Like, I don't think they're going to do it how they did in My Adventures with Superman, where they're both the same age. Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that. So if they don't do that, I wonder how they're going to explain how she doesn't age. So I'm curious how they explain that. But this is a really cool shot, honestly. Yeah, that's a pretty cool shot. Yeah, a lot of this movie, man, this is really well done. Oh, did he crash land? Is that what happened?
Hey, I'm wrong for this.
Okay,
that reminds me. This gonna sound fucked up, but it reminds me of that shot from Team.
Oh no, he's not. Oh, he's doing a cannonball.
It reminds me of that shot from Teen Titans, and everybody, whenever somebody think about that Robin, that's the first thing they post. It's when Robin does the knee drop on Slade, bro. When we first saw this shit, I thought he was doing that.
I think he is doing it.
But his chest is more...
But he's more like a cannonball thing. That's interesting. I like that they're being more creative with like the fight scenes in this. Because it's not just going to be typical smash and everything. And then I guess in one of the scenes at the end, he tells Lois he has no... Which I get... Did she not know this whole time? So like, did he just... get
Chris
Krypto?
He kept him in the...
Or just kept him in the fortress, too.
Because, he's not ready.
Yeah. This trailer was great, honestly. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Alright, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed our reaction to the Superman official trailer. I can't wait for this movie. We are going to eat it up in July. I can't wait, man. Pause. But I can't wait. This movie is going to be excellent. Magnifique. It's going to be great. So I hope you guys enjoyed our reaction. If you guys did, let us know in the comments down below what your favorite part of this trailer reaction was. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below. Drop a like on the video for your boy. Hit the subscribe button. Be part of the community. Hit bell notifications so you guys know when we shall post next. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.